Hello to all my friends out there. I hope everyone is okay. This video is prepare for a famine now. It's possible that this is the beginning of the tribulation. We can't say because no one knows exactly when it's supposed to come. But the prudent thing is to prepare for a famine now. Go through all your food right now as if your life depended on it. What I would suggest is separate all your food that has been opened or is half packages from the whole packages and start eating the half packages and open packages down. And in the event that someone asks you for food, give them food out of the half-eaten packages. And don't be ashamed to do that. You know, when I went to the food pantry, that food was nearly expired. And I had promised God before I went that I would be grateful for anything I got and I would eat it. If you have food that you can't eat, dehydrate it. If you don't have a dehydrator, dehydrate it in the oven at 250. Go through all your food right now as if your life depended on it. 2, prepare your food for evacuation. That means you want to pack up all the food that you need to take with you. Mostly I'd say it'd be cans, but if it was me, I would try to take it all with me. If God tells you to stay, you stay. If God tells you to go, you go. So number 2, prepare your food for evacuation. Number 3, determine not to ever waste a bite of food again. If you do waste your food and a famine comes, you will be very sorry that you wasted your food. So determine, number 3, determine not to ever waste a bite of food again. Number 5, don't buy any non-essential food again. Just buy basic food. Pack your freezer full of meat, cheese, lunch meat, anything that you might need. Don't buy any non-essential food again. Buy food as if a famine were coming. Number 6, check your water as if the water was poisoned. How long could you last? Okay, in the Bible, in 2 places, in Exodus they talk about poison water, and in Revelations they talk about poison water. Save your containers and refill them as soon as you use them, and increase your water little by little as you go along, and check your water as if the water was poisoned. How long could you last? Okay, and if you've been following me, you know this. There was a young girl, and she went to Mexico to live in a polygamy compound. Her husband had to come to America to work because there was no work, and they fell into hard times. She stayed behind with her young daughter. One day, an old man whom she had never seen before came up to her and said, "Ma'am, your daughter is starving." He gave her a bag of beans, a bag of rice, and some vegetables, and told her to plant a garden. She did. So 50 pounds of beans and rice per person, seeds, and save all the seeds out of your food, and be determined to learn how to plant food, either inside or outside. There was a farmer. He went to the fair, and he had it in mind to hire a ranch hand. He saw a man sitting on the fence, and he said, "Are you looking for work?" And the man said, "Yes, I am." The farmer said, "Why should I hire you?" The man said, "I can sleep when it rains," and smiled. The farmer moved on, but he kept thinking about what the man had said, "I can sleep when it rains." He walked up to the man and said, "I keep thinking about what you said, I can sleep when it rains. I would like to hire you. The man smiled and said, you'll be very glad you did. The ranch hand was a very hard worker, and the farmer was very glad he had hired the man. One night the farmer heard thunder and lightning. He ran to the ranch hand and said, gather the horses, gather the cattle, and secure the hay. A terrible storm is up on us. The ranch hand said, I already did, and he rolled back over to sleep. In the book of Exodus, the Egyptians as well as the Hebrews were told by God to secure the servants and cattle. A terrible storm was coming upon Egypt, as had never been seen since the beginning of time. God's people did as God had commanded and were spared. The Egyptians did not, and their servants and cattle and sheep were killed by the most terrible rainstorm with hail as Egypt had never seen. So just say to yourself, am I willing to risk the life of my family if a famine is coming when I could have made provisions now? Okay, you guys, please prepare now. Please, also, if you think about it, God has prepared a way no matter how poor you are. Start out with your beans and rice and seeds. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.